Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's question is: should Natalia and Blaze be fired from Deception? Now, obviously, I don't want Blaze to go anywhere because she didn't do anything wrong. But unfortunately, she is tied to Natalia, who comes across um very homophobic and just a terrible human being in general. And to be honest, listen, now listen, if you got to get rid of Blaze to get rid of Natalia, oh wow. Listen, from day one, she has been nothing but a pain. She needs to go, and she needs to exactly like Maxie said, kick rocks. Very proud of Maxie today. I'm very proud of her. Um, Now we're going to be talking about all the soap operas tonight. Do a quick roll call, get things started. Tommy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Blue's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I mean, I get that, Jay Blue, but I'm like, listen, her mom seems like she's not going anywhere, and if you got to sit there and get rid of both of them to get rid of Natalia, um, like, yeah, Jay Blue, no, I don't think that she should be fired, but she's part of Natalia, unfortunately. Me Cobb is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? All right, let me get my damn mic. The Haviland is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Um, BB was okay. It was all kind of slow. It did seem like kind of like a filler episode, unfortunately. Wino was a little bit more better. Big Nate's in the chat was good. Tommy says, I like Michael being nice to Diane. Tell her the truth about Victor's plans. Do you think Michael fake being nice to Diane? No, I don't. Ron says, Albert, all this anger Chanel show was for nothing, so Plano wasn't responsible for Baby Knives, so they hug it out, and I'm disappointed. Yeah, I felt like they could have had some good drama out of it. I felt like they could have had some good drama out of it. Definitely a wasted opportunity, but, yeah. J Blue said the last time JH was juicy for me was when Valentine answered the call from the burner. Yeah. No, today was definitely a good one. Today was definitely a good one. I was like, I fast forward through those commercials so fast. I was like, yo, I can't wait to get to the next one. Mm-hmm. Black Mons in the chat, how you doing tonight? Black Mon, aka Mr. Q. Tommy says, why is Kyle so angry at his parents? Because he's an entitled prick. I mean, he's an entitled prick. He should be more grateful than act like a brat. Well, he's an entitled brat. He is Judas, essentially. He is what Michael was on General Hospital. He is Judas. Of course, Tommy. I watch Young and Restless every day. So yes, I'm definitely gonna watch tomorrow's episode of Young and Restless, Tommy. Ron says, Antoinette, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing good. I got through Hell Day, so I'm happy about that. Ron says, what's your take on Steve trying to protect Ava? Um, I mean, I think it's all gonna blow apart anyway. That just everything's gonna be come out in the open sooner or later. So I mean, I think Steve is a G for doing that, but I know it's all gonna come out in there anyway. Antoinette said, "Oh boy, Ava, Sonny will take you down." I mean, I don't understand why did Ava release the tape? That's my whole thing. That's what I don't understand. Jay Blue says, "Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful that Natalia was exposed. However, Ava made moves based off her emotions. She wasn't thinking of the other people as collateral damage. Yeah, she rarely does. I didn't want to hurt Christina. You didn't care about Christina. Don't sit there and say that, Ava." And those comments was just like those comments that Christina and Blaze got was just horrid. But I had to protect my daughter from Sonny, blah, blah, blah. Shut your effing mouth. Duan, I wish it was RJ instead of Tom. Okay. Antoinette said, doing well, watching to see if we're going to get this hurricane prey for all. Yes, absolutely, Antoinette. Absolutely. Well, that is pretty stupid. I'm not gonna lie, Ron. That is pretty stupid. Meekob, you know how I do. You know how I do, Meekob. I don't pull punches. No one is spared the rod. You know my motto, Meekob. No one is spared the rod. Everybody gets it. No exceptions. I mean, honestly, told you, Ron, he was going to turn himself in for a crime he didn't even know if he was going to if he actually committed it or not. Meekob says, "I love it. Don't ever change." Oh, I don't plan on Meekob. I don't plan on it. Don't get me wrong, Meekob. I can sit there and be nice at times, but there's times where you need to sit there and just tell it like it is. Because it's like what James always says: tell the truth, shame the devil. Laura B's in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Jay Blue says Lois tried to get through to Natalia, but she's set in her ways. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jay Blue. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jay Blue. Lois needs to sit there and sit her ass in the damn back. That's what she needs to do. She needs to sit her ass in the back. Nobody asked her for her opinion at that point. Maybe we need to sit there and just, not say mean and hurtful things. Maybe you need to shut your damn mouth. Like maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to sit there and shut your damn mouth. No, Gulf Coast and phew. How is the Queen of the South doing tonight? How is the Queen? How is my Queen doing tonight? No, that's a good question, Tom. But I'm pretty sure he's planning on striking when the iron is hot. Um, but he's working. He's working for what you call it, though. Yeah. I'm just saying. I get what I get. Here's the thing, Jay Blue. I get that Lois is trying to be more like, hey, everybody, let's just chill. Everybody, let's just calm down. But this isn't the time to sit there and chill. This isn't the time to calm down. No, this is the time to sit there and tell you and Blaze to get your ish together, or you can kick rocks. But you know what? You know it's really sad, Jay Blue. I'm mad that it got to this point. Natalia has been a nightmare to work with from day one. Yeah, Blaze is a nice person. She seems like she's really talented. But if you got to sit there and deal with a manager like that, it ain't worth it. Well, the thing is, Laura B, it's I don't know how they're gonna sit there and be able to separate Natalia from Blaze. That's the problem. Maxie said what she said to try to get Natalia to self sacrifice herself and be like, listen, let's not fire both of us. Exactly. Let's just sit there and fire me. You can keep my daughter, but fire me. But she didn't do that. So that's the problem. They're too entangled. And to be honest, no offense, but Blaze isn't worth all that trouble. for deception. Ron says, Albert, I enjoyed the Marlena and Stephanie scene today, but she definitely thought by shaking ever was going to work. But when they left, I was like, what the F was I watching? Um, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's I don't know what they were going to accomplish. I think that's the problem. Oh, of course, Queen. You're not gonna sit there and ask how my Queen is doing. And Jay Blue says, unfortunately, in our world today, optics is more important than truth. Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. You keep Sean. I think Maureen West as leaving as Ava G's loss. What makes you think she's leaving? The problem. I mean, yes, exactly. That's the thing. I knew the war would be. I knew that would impact, but I was not expecting on Christina. She did not deserve. No, she did not, Lord B. And like I said, did you see those comments? Those comments were just brutal, and I mean absolutely brutal. Just absolutely brutal. Um, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Yeah, they did. They came hard for her, Jay Blue, because honestly, to tell you the truth, I mean, I don't even want to sit there and go into the comments, but the comments pretty much just made it where it was um, like she was supporting somebody. She was supporting a girlfriend whose mother is homophobic, and she shouldn't be. Yeah, it just it was horrible. But you know what? The thing is, Jay Blue, it was real. And I don't know if you saw my review, but I'm like, there's a difference between if you don't like somebody else's lifestyle, but you can be respectful to agree to disagree, as opposed to the comments that Natalia said. And when she came at Sunny, when she was talking to Sunny, Sunny looked at her like she was throw up. Ron said, what did you think whenever it was talking to Bobby about Stephanie? I mean, I didn't really think anything of it. I just, the only thing I'm thinking about is that I hope it doesn't drag out too long. That's what I was sitting there and say. I hope that it doesn't drag out too long. I mean, it was like I don't know. I mean, just I didn't really think much of it to be honest. Melly Mama Horror Queen. You know, Tommy, I think it's too obvious. I think it's too obvious as Poppy killed Tom. I think it's too obvious. But you know, Rod, you know what I did think? I thought it was smart that Stephanie got because Bobby is really into Jada. And there was no point in Stephanie continuing to sit there and talk. You know, Bobby has the hots for Jada. Duan says, where's Olivia? Hmm. Hopefully, when she does come on, Duan, that she'll have a good story. Lobby says, I'm disappointed what they went with the show that I was looking forward to seeing a story it could have provided. Provided what? What's good, Melly Mel? Exactly. You know, my whole thing is, J Blue, she only came over here to sit there and say, hey, you know what? You got a snake amongst you, which is Ava. Which is Ava. Kevin. Jack told Kyle not work for Victor. He brat. I think Jack asked Kyle, is he working for Victor? Because he's practically Judas at this point. And the sad thing is, this is not even the first time. I gotta get some air. This is not even the first time that Kyle betrayed his family for a position because he's so entitled. But yet people come at Diane. So I feel like we're gonna have to talk about this shit this week about how people come at Diane's neck, even though people come at Diane's neck, even though Kyle is the one that's acting like an entitled prick. So when it's over and done with, if Stephanie still wants to be whatever, then what? Then she's gonna be whatever. There is no then what. Stephanie is a grown ass woman. What's the fallout? I don't understand, Rob. What's the fallout? She's a grown ass woman. Lorby says, I mean, it could have been the catalyst for LGBT story. It still can, Lorby. It still can. It still can. She's just gonna have more of an uphill battle. But the thing is, Lorby, she always said that she was gonna have other people run it for a little bit. Like, yeah, she had the idea. Um, she had the idea, but she didn't have the experience. Right? She never had the experience running a size like that. So it's like running a size of that type of organization. She needed very smart people to sit there and handle some of the stuff that goes on in the center. So I mean, part of me thinks that maybe she was always just going to be a figurehead, somebody with the idea and the heart to sit there and do it, but to be surrounded by people that can actually get the job done. That's what I think. That's what I think. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Well, Ron, I mean, how are they going to try to stop her? They're gonna talk to her, but at the end of the day, like I said, Ron, Stephanie is a grown ass woman, and if she wants to sit there and be with somebody who she doesn't know what their mental faculties is, then she's going to do it. And if they warn her and she don't listen, then that's on them. That's on her. Then. Mom says my intuition is that when Gabby finds out that Stephanie cheated on her with Ava by overhearing the conversation with either Ava and yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Mel. She's going to find out. We all know. Here's the thing. We all know that Gabby's going to find out. It's a matter of when, and it's a matter of what she's going to do. That's the thing. We know that Gabby's going to find. We know that. It's, it's like anyone who watches Days of Our Lives knows that. Justin says Natalia needs to apologize. She should be ashamed of herself. I'm very angry, and I don't like Natalia very much right now. What should she apologize for, Justin? I mean, yes, I agree with Justin. She should apologize for the mean and nasty comments that she said. Absolutely. That I 100% agree with. Um, she should apologize for the mean and nasty things that she said. Now, unfortunately, not everyone believes that love is love, and as much as we want to wish in a perfect world, everyone can sit there and have that same mind frame. People don't, and that's fine. You just have to be respectful. That even if you don't believe that, you allow other people to express their feelings about that and not be disrespectful. That's my thing. People says I don't think Natalia doesn't feel she needs to apologize for her words. Exactly, and that's the thing, J. Bloom. How you feel and how you respond is two different things. That's a different shade blue. And like I said, I said in my review, I was like, listen, some people are not going to accept the LGBT lifestyle for different reasons. It could just be personal reasons, it could be religious reasons, whatever. Black Mom says, all right, I really need to call you Mr. GQ. Well, I mean, I appreciate it. It is nice to look like a human being again, though. Black Mom. It's been far too long. Seriously, it's been far too long since I got a haircut, Black Mom. Far too long. I appreciate that, Black Mom. Where's my guy? It was good, Tommy. It was long, but I made it through, and I'm very happy about it. How was your day, Tommy? Ron, I think that working for Kristen is a mistake because Kristen's the type of person that if she finds you useful in something, she will blackmail you like there's no tomorrow. And now I think about it, Ava was doing good at one point. Kristen wanted Ava to break her out and was going to expose her. She was going to expose her if she didn't do it. But now they're all chummy chummy and everything like that. Um, and she invites her to work for Kristen, and she accepts. I'm like, yo, boo, like 2 years ago, she blackmailed you into doing something illegal. Did we not forget that? Lobby says, I like your haircut. Well, thank you, Lobby. I appreciate that. Thank you. I actually gotta sit there and kind of make sure that I cut my hair on a regular basis. I'll be honest, Lobby. I did not feel like a human being. I felt like I was just all. Oof. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lobby. Tommy says it was good. A lot of errands to run. Yeah, Tommy, when you're an adult, unfortunately, that's what you got to do. But I'm glad you're here though tonight, Tommy. Thank you for asking me. Thank you for saying that, Lord B. Says my intuition again is that Sally gets pregnant with having a rainbow baby so quickly after losing Ava and Chelsea's pregnancy with Billy. Well, let's sit there and see if you're right. Sean, somebody else said that too. Somebody said that too. The thing is, this is where you get to the point when it may be writing. Jay Blue says adulting is hard at times. It is, Jay Blue. It is. The thing is, Jay Blue, I always sit there and say, we do what we have to so we can do what we want to. That's how I look at it. We do what we have to so we can do what we want to. Yeah, Sean, I feel like I mean, it could be. What's good, Big Samuel? What's good, my guy? And Lord B says hi to you, Samuel. Justin says Sonny's going to be pissed at Ava, but it is, but is, but is all this on him? Rachel, what's good? Sammy says, what are we talking about right now? I don't know if you watched General Hospitals today, but Natalia got exposed for being homophobic. It said some really horrible things, and she pretty much messed up her daughter's career by just saying just very horrible things about the LGBT. So my question is, should Deception drop her in Blaze? That is the question. What's good, Rachel? Jay Blue, I think it would have been better if it was like a glass cup. I think it would have been better if it was a glass cup. Like, bro, you just Practically broke your phone. I mean, seriously, breaking your phone. Like, what do you want to do when somebody tries to call you gonna go sprint? You gonna go sprint? And how long you gonna wait for a new phone? Samuel says, "Oh yeah, so it was good. It's a new way to bring on a new feud. Maybe make Natalia and Carly friends. They're both self-righteous and they think they're never wrong." Hmm. Duality was good. Yeah, exactly. Jay Blue, throw a glass. Remember, he used to do that. He used to sit there and throw a glass. He got upset. He would throw a glass. So I take it you didn't like the episode, huh? Duality. I actually like this episode. Like it was one, I haven't seen an episode like this where I was just like, I can't wait for the next scene. I can't wait for the next scene. I can't wait for the next scene after that. I can't wait for the next scene after that. And Jay Blue, she's also been getting paid good in the last few weeks. Oh, I did too. I did too, Samuel. Tommy says it's Jack and Victor's fault for not getting Nikki and rehab a long time ago. If Nikki was in rehab, Victor would not going after Jack. How was Jack responsible for that? Well, says, how did Maxie say Blaze need to get what being gay publicly arose? Okay, then you missed that part. You missed that part. Um, Duality. She only said that to try to get Natalia to not become Blaze manager. She only did that to not become Blaze manager. She pretty much trying to she pretty much tried to bluff Mage to bluff Natalia out of being not being what you call it. No, I didn't miss that part. Okay, well then that's what happened. Duality. She didn't mean to actually say that. I mean, like she wasn't being serious. She lied. And what's good, Cherry Ice Cream? She lied. Duality. She only said that so that way. Oh, Tyrone is back. I don't remember her actually firing. I don't remember Blaze actually firing Natalia. She didn't say that she fired Natalia. Exactly, Jay Blue. Natalia didn't take Maxie's bluff. She was bluffing. She said it after Blaze had already. Was good, Patty. Samuel says the soaps all seem to be turning around to where they're actually exciting to watch. Okay, well, I may have to go back and rewatch it. Duality. Exactly, exactly, Samuel. Exactly. It was good, Deluxe. Tommy said Jack was a terrible sponsor to Nikki. Nikki kept drinking. That's why I said it was Jack's fault. All right, well, we can agree to disagree on that, Tommy. Um, because yeah, we can agree to disagree. And the thing is, Tommy, I mean, even with sponsors, you know, people will still drink. It doesn't make them a bad sponsor. It just means that they just have a serious problem. Exactly. Jay Blue said Blaze didn't verbally fire her mom. She just left at deception. Exactly. She didn't. That's what I said. I don't remember her actually saying that you're fired. She got upset with her, but she never actually used the words, "I'm firing you as a manager." That's what I'm sitting there saying, Duality. I don't remember that actually happened. Justin says Sonny shunned everybody. Everybody called them traitors and beat up Dex. I hope this is happening for Ava to have her life back. And poetic justice what Sonny did killed her brother Julian. Hmm. didn't even know it actually was Sweet Week. But Ron says, "What's your take on Kate and Abe regarding?" I thought it was actually pretty funny, Ron. It's very meta. I like it. I like it, Ron. Riley says Blaze never said the words "Mom, you're fired," but it was clear that that was intended before she left with her speech before she left. Okay. Well, I mean, duality. That's your take on it, and I respect it. But until she actually says the words, um, for me personally, she didn't fire her. But we can agree to disagree on that. Well, yeah, I agree with that, Tommy. He is jealous of Jack. Samuel says, I do think that many people don't understand that being openly gay, even in 2024, is not easy because of who people are in close proximity with. Yes. Mel says, Albert, Nikki and Victor are both hypocrites because he is hiding on his revenge. Okay, I get the Victoria part, but I don't get the Nikki part though. Yes, duality. Her bluff was ineffective, but the thing is, that's why she said what she said. She only said that the Blaze to try to get Natalia to leave. That's pretty much what I was. Me in the chat listening to her saying. Eagle Fang says as much as I want blame Blaze mom for what happened, Blaze is at fault as well for not letting her fans know she was openly gay. Even she said, "My fans connect with me, but you're not being honest." Hmm, we can agree to disagree on that, Eagle Fang. I think when somebody chooses, they'll come out. They will come out when they choose to come out. You know, I can't put this on Blaze for not coming out sooner because that's her choice. Um, yes, it's funny. Eagle Fang. I actually saw the pictures. I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures on I think Sean Caden's Twitter page. And yeah, Eagle Fang. He's standing next to what's that guy's name? The other guy. What's the other guy's name? Exactly, Tyrone and Sammy. That's why I said I was like. That's why I was like. I agree to disagree because you come out when you're ready. Um, I can't put that on her not coming out sooner. Why this whole shitstorm happened? That's on the time. Actually, to tell you the truth, that's on April. If we're gonna be honest, that's on April. Ron says, Albert, I'm going to get backlash for his comment about when Nicole walks out on the EJ for lying to keep her by keeping EJ away from his child, and EJ gets involved with Holly. What the why Ron? Why would EJ get involved with Holly? Why would EJ get involved with? I'm just going to ask him that. That honestly, tell you, the truth, Ron, that literally makes no sense. Exactly, Sammy. That's what I agree with that. Mel says my intuition is that Chad, Jack, and Julie are going to do more investigation about Abigail is alive by examining her body at the morgue. If this really her mystery woman is. Okay. Well, Patty, it's Ron. So, no reality, no offense, but take Ron's comment with a grain of salt. I mean, he did sit there and say he was going to get backlash for saying something stupid. So we'll just take that. Well, technically, Patty, she's 17, and in some places like New York, it's legal. But again, Patty, take what he says with a grain of salt, and let's keep it moving. I mean, I'm not going to say like rather I sit there and say it's morally right is one thing, but you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's as accepting as I don't think it is as accepting as that. But I mean, it's more accepting than it was like in the 1950s. But I don't think it's that much accepting. You'd be surprised how much people actually have a problem with that. So, no, Ron, no. Goldman's a grown adult. She's like 30. If she wants to go with a guy that's like 49, 45, or 50, then that's her choice. I don't think that's too old. If the dude was like close to like 60, 65, or 70, I'll be like, all right, that's kind of pushing a little bit. Um, I think that was a little weird, but I don't think that's too old. No, no. Well, oh, Melinda. Oh, that was up. That was up, Daddy. Listen, Melinda good. Melinda looked good. Melinda looked good. So if that happens, I'll be there for it. Tommy says I think Michael's going to play Victor. He's gonna be playing some really dangerous games. And once again, he says I'm going to save him from himself. Once again, I'm going to have to sit there and save Victor from himself. Like, how well did that work out last time? Facts, facts, Samuel, facts. It's always a good time when Samuel comes through. That's why I said Jay Blue. Samuel comes in with the facts. Um, yeah, I feel like what. I take that back. Like I said, B&B was filler. Um, I don't know if Poppy was genuinely upset or was he pretending that he was upset. You know what? Let's sit there and check how many likes we have. Okay, so we got 20. We got 20 likes. We got 38 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. That really does help. Also, if you're not a member, make sure you become a member by hitting the pin comment. Absolutely, Patty. Absolutely. Good. Shit. That's an easy answer right there. Um, Lobby says, I think Poppy looked genuinely surprised at Tom's death. Hmm. Yeah, it was hard to tell. It was hard to tell. Yes, hit the pin comment, become a member. It really does actually help. And you get a lot of good perks out of it. Work very hard as well. Get a check. Samuel says entire affects Blaze livelihood at this point. I would probably start a reality TV show with Natalia and Blaze to see how they navigate the relationship. Since everyone knows the business now, might as well get a check out of it. I like that. Patty says someone said on your review yesterday that Tom could have been killed by Lee and Jack to hide the fact of Luna's Finn. Oh, that Luna is Finn's child. You know, Patty, that would make sense because Lee didn't lift a damn finger to help. Lee stood there, was just like, oh, looks like that man is dying over there. I'm off the clock, though. I like that. Evil Fang says Blaze, my opinion, should have come out. Hmm. Um, Now, Patty says someone said on your review yesterday that Tom could have been killed by Lee, and and Jack to hide the fact of Lee's Finn's child. That's an interesting point. Yes, because I'm going back to the fact that it could be. Oh, okay. Now Samuel said, I don't think that Tom was killed by anyone we saw. It was horrible and evil Melinda. What about horrible? What about horrible and evil Melinda, Tommy? Ron says, Albert, what should be Lee's punishment? She is the one that unalived Tom, meaning she should have her medical license revoked and arrested for murder. Well, absolutely, Ron. That's definitely an appropriate punishment. Yes, Ron, I agree with that. That's a very appropriate punishment. Very appropriate. I accept it. I mean, what the hell else actually happened to her? Like, what should happen to her? That's what should happen to her. You just answered your own question, my guy. Oh, you're talking to Melanie. You're talking to Melanie. But I mean, and that's another theory. Sam was like, maybe it's not. Maybe Tom didn't Tom didn't get killed by anyone that's actually there. Melanie says Melanie says my intuition is that Chloe is going to tell Sally. I told you so that Adam was going to break her heart with cheating on her with Chelsea. Yeah, I know she can finally sit there and say that she was right once in her miserable, sad existence of a life. That's true, Ron. That's true, Ron. I wish today actually did a little bit more than what it did because it was really nothing. Okay. Now Samuel says if it was anyone we saw, I would say Justin to stick it to Bill so he could blackmail Poppy, but this Tom murder is weird though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's funny too because we haven't had a we haven't had a good who done it in a hot minute. Gabriel says I think Blaze needs to go to therapy because as much as she was upset, as much as she was upset with her mom, she on some level is still under her mom's thumb. She still has that negative mindset that needs. Heck yeah, I get. Here's the thing, J. Blue. I mean, yes, I agree with that because I always sit there and say that Blaze needs a damn um, spine. Stop letting your mom sit there and run you. You know. But yeah, Jay, I always sit there and say that therapy. I always recommend therapy as far as just a good tool for any situation. God damn it, any situation that requires you to exercise your mental demons. That's actually very true. Well, says my intuition is that Chloe's going to lash out at Adam and Chelsea for betraying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of an intuition that is as opposed to just a straight up fact, but yeah, yeah. I don't think that's an intuition. I think that's just an obvious. And yeah, no, that's actually very true. Now, Tommy says I can't stand Chloe. She gets on my nerve. Yeah, she gets on everyone's nerves, Tommy. I think that's um, I don't know if that's even a point in the character. I don't even know what the hell the point in the character is. Tommy says if you violate your Hippocratic oath, which is the first sentence in your Hippocratic oath says, first do no harm, you automatically lose your license. Well, yeah. Um, LaShawn, Natalia&Blaze should be fired at deception. Like I said, LaShawn, clean house, get rid of both of them. Just dust their asses off. Yes, I understand it's going to look bad for optics wise of firing somebody who just became under the LGBT, who is came out as LGBT. But maybe they can sit there. It's going to be a pure nightmare. God damn it, they're actually stuck with Natalia. Samuel says Tom hasn't been around long enough to be murdered. He was homeless. He was a lanky. He provided nothing to the show. Now we got to give an F about his death. It's a good murder mystery, Samuel. We've been wanting a good murder mystery for a while. We finally got one. Finally got a good murder mystery. Valerie, what's good, Valerie? Right deception had enough scandals. Exactly, get rid of them both. Off with their heads, metaphorically speaking. Ron says Albert didn't leave taking an oath as a doctor to save life regardless of the person because I remember when Sheila had a heart attack. Yeah, she did. That's sure, Ron. And yes, that's actually very true, Samuel. Unfortunately, she could. Oh, I guess we're just kind of stuck with her then. Oh well. Unless they sit there and convince Blaze to fire Natalia, Um, if they're able to convince Natalia to grow a goddamn spine and be like, hey, listen, maybe you should sit there and fire your homophobic mom, and she does it, then that's cool. If not, you know what, Natalia, that's on you. LaShawn says Paulina Price wasn't responsible for it. You know, and that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, LaShawn, because I feel like if she was responsible, that would be a good story. That would be a good story, LaShawn. Oh, I don't know. I'm happy Natalia got the third degree she deserved. It was her biggest statements. I hope Christina and Sonny go up on her too. When Blaze was talking, Natalia's like, "Oh, I'm a is that? Oh my goodness, yes, Autumn. I totally forgot the fact that she said she was a goddamn victim. I'm a victim too. I mean, they blah 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 blah. When she said that she was a victim, first of all, she's not a victim. Second of all, Lois Cirillo, please shut your mouth. Stay your ass in the back. Play with some Legos or something. I don't care what you do. Or maybe I think we should sit there and just calm down, just let cooler heads prevail. Hey, Lois, I think you should sit there and shut your damn mouth and go in the corner somewhere. Okay. Now Samuel says Blaze didn't lie to the public. She just ain't telling them she was gay. Like, does she also need to tell them why she dyes her hair? Doesn't she need to tell them what she ate? People need to relax. Yes, and I agree with that. You know, Tommy, a lot of people keep saying that. I don't trust the facility. I think the facility is up to something. They should sit there and take Connor away from the facility. To do what? What are they going to sit there and take? What is that going to do? What is that going to do, Tommy? I want to ask you a question. What is taking Connor away from the facility going to do? How's that going to help? What are you going to do, Tommy? You going to put him in another facility? You going to take him home, pray upon a star, and wish the OCD away? Valerie says, I've seen Natalia&Blaze aren't going anywhere. Yep, exactly. There you go. Hey, that's very true, Valerie. B.Y. Ken. Why does Blaze need two managers? Hmm. Well, one's the music manager, and I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. Jonathan, Blackpink Me says, why kill Tom if there's a test saying if there's a test saying for a fact that Bill is Luna's father, there's something more because Bill was going to sit there and tell the truth. Bill was going to sit there and tell the truth. That's why. I mean, Tom was going to tell the truth, and it would have raised doubt and suspicion. Yes, Jonathan, it was actually really good. Okay, let me take my drink before I sit there and read this. And I kind of actually agree with this. Samuel says, listen, y'all aren't going to like me for this. I like the entire for being an overbearing, self-righteous mob. We need characters who don't play in the gray. And you know, and it's funny, Samuel, because DC says that all the time, and I agree with that. Unfortunately, we do need characters that we really don't like. We need characters that's going to be homophobic because the world isn't perfect, right? There's people there. There's people in this world that are racist. As as messed up as that is, it's realistic. Johnson says somehow I think Sonny may end up forgiving Natalia. Uh, I think you may be right. I think you may be right, unfortunately. So Samuel, what would you call it in? If you don't think that she's homophobic, what would you call it in? Roby says Brooklyn is music manager, Natalia is the business manager. Okay. Damn, she can't just do both? But okay, thank you. Thank you, Lobby. Music manager, business manager. Tommy says the facility is something not right to me. If we won't let me see my kid, is Connor was doing better, now Connor's doing wrong. Oh, those pesky feelings. Hmm. Well, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate your explanation. I mean, okay. I mean, yeah, and it's well. I'm gonna get to Tommy's. Um, J Blue says bigger is another word. I feel like DC says, you need characters like that. You need characters that is going to be that way. She okay now. Samuel says she's prejudiced, homophobic, and implies you are afraid of gay people. She's not scared of them. She prejudges them because they're gay. Hmm, I like that. I mean, Tommy, you just sit there and say that he doesn't feel right. Feelings over facts. Should be facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. So, I don't think that most people know about the OCD though. Like to sit there and say that there's something wrong with this facility and taking them out that facility and put them in another facility. I mean, yeah, they can do that if they want, but that's actually true. Sammy, we don't actually have to use the word homophobic. Yeah, Samuel educated me today. I mean, he usually does, but Tommy says, I just don't trust facilities. If was my kid, I want him close home. Let me see him if something is off to me. Well, I respect your opinion, Tommy. I'm not here to sit there and tell you that you're right or wrong. I respect your opinion. Ron says, Albert, the hospital board members did find out what leads up to meaning that she refused to save Sheila for dying because she's a nurse reported her, then what? Then I guess she would be fired, Ron. God damn it. Okay, Tommy says I just don't trust the facility. That's the thing, though. You know what? Never mind. I respect your opinion. I just, my whole thing, like I said, you're not the first person that sat there and said, I don't trust the facility. I think there's something going on with the facility. There's something wrong with the facility. Bring him back home. I'm like, you're going to sit there and put him from one facility to another facility. Then he's going to have to practically damn near start over again with new people. We learn to trust these new people just because you want to feel closer to him. You can't see him because it's not a good time for you to see him. That's what the doctors say. Now, if you don't trust the doctors, then you can always sit there and take his ass back home. If you feel like you know more than the doctors, but I don't know. Absolutely, Patty. Mel says, I can see Leo having two love interests, Mark and Al, whatever that as Jarvis, that is coming the days of our lives. Okay. Okay. I just, like I said, Tommy. I feel like a lot of people keep saying the same thing. Like I've seen it in the comment sections when I watched the on the Restless, and I'm just like, y'all people act like y'all know more than the damn doctors do. Y'all people act like y'all have a full understanding. Like, I have medical licenses. Yeah, I just know, oh, well, the doctors aren't saying that they're doing this right. I feel like this is wrong. Like, okay, you think you could do better? Oh, we should take him out of the facility. To do what? You're just going to sit there and just try to tell the OCD to go away? Like, I don't get it. The problem with this OCD story is the way it's being handled. It's being handled like shit. There's no other way to sit there and put it. That's what it's being handled like. As I say, hey everyone, Deception needs to cut ties with Natalia and back Blaze. I think it's the only way to go out on top of this. Ron says, Albert, now that Jack is back, what if he and Deacon start fighting over Sheila, meaning Jack? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Ryan. Yeah. Sheila is a homicidal sociopath, but he misses knocking boots with her. Antoinette said, who carries poison around? When you want to actually poison someone. When you want to poison someone, Antoinette. Johnson says Everett definitely knows about his condition now because he was talking to Bobby from his mind. Yeah. I don't know, Jonathan. What do you think of this? What do you think of this Everett Bobby storyline so far? What do you think of the quiet guy who is not quiet right now? I think people use the term homophobic as an asking someone, "What are you afraid of that you have to trash LGBT?" Yes, exactly. Quiet. I think that prejudice is a lot better. My goodness, God damn it! I'm very lucky to actually have Sammy in my chat because I've been using. I'm not gonna lie. I've been actually using the term homophobic as well. I've been really misinformed. See, so I always sit there and learn from my child. When I don't know something, I sit there and I learn from my child. Sean says Lily needs Kane recast the character. Are you not feeling Billy Boy? You're not feeling old Billy Boy? Ed says smart play on the type for going to Sunny about what Ava did. Ava better get ready because Alexis not playing and Sunny's coming for her next. To do what? I mean, people sit there and say Sunny's coming for her to do what? What are you going to do? You want to sit there and try to take her on in family court? Sunny has his latest thing with beating the living hell out of Dex. You really want to sit there and go toe to toe with Ava in custody court? And Samuel says the OCD storyline should have been played on screen alongside another kid or having it played in. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Samuel. Gorgeous Queen Jess is in the chat. What's good, love? Johnson says, I think they're going to build something on it and it could lead to Everett's parents and his family connection to be revealed. God, I hope so. No, I'm not going to waste a prayer on God. I hope so. I hope so. Oh, I'm pretty sure I said this, so I'll sit there and say this again. There is 45 people in the chat. There is one of me. So if I miss your comment, don't take it personal. Just rewrite it again, and I will sit there and get through it. No, I definitely think that is a really good word. Oh, Jess, what are your thoughts on this episode? Ooh, this is why I love her. Jess says, "Yeah, you better read my comments." Ooh, I love it. Sassy tonight, coming in with the sass. I love it. Always know how to put a smile on my face, don't you? Ron says, "What if Everett knocked up Stephanie? I'm sure Kayla or Steve are gonna throw a temper tantrum." Tyrone, I'm glad you caught that. See, that's love right there, Tyrone. That's what true love looks like. Better read my comments. Hmm. Sarah says, I'm afraid of spiders, so I have an arachnophobia. And it's funny too, Sammy, because like I know it sounds really dumb, but I'm like, that actually really it gets a whole new perspective from my comments. I mean, on how I do it. Talk about this Natalia stuff. Black Pink me says, what do you think about Lily with Nick or Lily with Chance? Black Paint Me, I thought that Nick was supposed to be with um Stephanie, right? Then they said it was gonna be some sort of crossover, Stephanie with Nick or something. No, it says I can't wait for Serena or Fiona Cook to come to Salem for Xander and Sarah's. Oh, okay, that's who's gonna be playing um Xander's mother, who sounds terrible. By the way, Leo mom on Days of Our Lives is actually like just awful. Yeah, no, that actually no, like I said, Rachel, Samuel definitely educated me tonight. Oh, and that's another thing, Ed. I'm so disappointed that Johnny and Chanel are staying in town. My God damn it. Johnny is such a disappointing demerit. He's such a disappointing goddamn demerit. I'm not gonna lie, Ed. When they said that they were gonna be staying in Salem, I was like, God damn it. Like, God damn it. It was like, yo, listen, this is way too early in the morning to be sitting there getting bad news. Like, 6 something in the morning, I was sitting there watching that, and it was like, yeah, I guess we're going to sit there and stay in town. Sarah says, I knew Johnny and Chanel wasn't going no damn where. Unfortunately, seriously, Ed, I just, I mean, the sad thing is that Chanel's not that bad of a character. I just feel that Johnny is just so goddamn boring. Like, he was like, oh man, I'm not gonna sit there and get this movie deal. I'm not gonna sit there and be a director. I'm just like, and you're rich, so who cares? You're rich. W says it's Serena Scott related to Melanie's. Oh, Darby, I need you to sit there and write that comment again. I wanna, well, write it towards the end, Darby. I'm gonna try to look her up if I'm not too drunk or if I'm not too tipsy. Johnson says there will be a wine on B&B crossover, but it's with Danny and Christina going to LA. I'm not. Uh, I know, John. Johnson. You know who's going to be happy about that? You know who's going to be happy about that? I mean, it's not going to be me. But you know who's going to be happy about that? You know who's going to be happy about that, right? What's good, Jonathan? Danny the scumbag and Cricket. Okay, now Ed says Johnny needs a purpose. There we go. See, Jonathan. See, this is why you're my guy. This is why you're my guy. You get it. As Johnny needs a purpose and something to make his character better, like the actor, but they need to give him something to work with other than being a yes man. Yes. Yeah. It's, hmm. Tommy, I'll be more than happy to sit there and say on his, I'll be more than happy to sit there and say on his stream. Yeah, exactly, Lorby. I'll be more than happy to sit there and say on his stream. I'll sit there and say that he, Lord be, depending on how tipsy I am, I may sit there and call him a scumbag and inside. Tommy said, "Who's not rich and the young and restless?" You know, Tommy, I'm also very glad that you said that though too. I said that a couple of times, Sammy, and I got so much backlash listening to this saying they should recast Sammy. Tommy says you don't like Danny. No, I don't like Danny. Tommy, I don't like Danny, and I don't like Daniel. They're both scumbags, like father, like son. Both of them are a bunch of scumbags. Um, but I'm glad you brought that up, Tommy. Um, Jonathan, just on a side note, you know what Michael and Kyle both have in common? You know what Michael on General Hospital and Kyle Abbott on The Young and Restless has in common? Well, you know, Lobby, you're a more nicer person than me, so I respect that. Okay, just to kind of go on this for a minute, I know I'm going to miss some comments. It's not that thinking. See, I can recommend General Hospital to people, right? I can recommend Days of Our Lives. But when it comes towards the young and the restless, I have a very well. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jonathan, they're both Judas. They're both Judases, Jonathan. I have a problem trying to recommend the young and the restless, and I think half of it has to do. Yes, yes, it actually was good. Like it was so good. I was literally fast forwarding through the commercials so fast because I wanted to get to the next part. Because I'm not gonna lie, John. I'm not gonna lie, Jess. When they played that audio, did you see the look on Scott's face? Scott was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, this is bad." Like everyone else looked shocked and hurt. Lois looked so hurt. Scotty was just like, "Whoa." I know I'm a little old school, but this is pretty bad. Um, it wasn't that good to be doing that. Well, maybe, but I was also kind of pressed for time now too. But my point is, it was actually pretty good. But just going back to my other comment, exactly, Valley. I was like, you know, it's bad when even Scotty's just looking like, look, okay, yeah, maybe just maybe it wasn't that good, but it's better. It was better than it has been for the last couple of days. More of a thug like EJ. I like that. Um, Tyrone says bad PR for deception. Yeah. Hmm. Exactly. Kick rocks. Kick effing rocks. And Lois, sit your dumb ass back in the back somewhere. Go to the back and just play with Legos or something. Maybe we should sit there and just kind of wait until cooler heads prevail. No, maybe you could sit there and just shut the hell up and just sit your ass in the damn back. No, since I got good news that Teresa will only be on Thursday the 4th this week. Oh yeah, they're actually well thank you for letting me know, man. That actually is good news. What the hell was I to say? Okay, so the problem I have with recommending the Young and Restless partly is because well, I don't know. I do actually have so much of a problem. I'm gonna ask some people in the chat who watched The Young and the Restless. How would you recommend someone watching Young and the Restless? Because I guess part of my problem is the fact that everyone there is rich. Haven't I, Antonetta? Um, everyone there is rich. Lobby says, you know, you're being harsh on Lois, right? However, she was trying to do what was best for the company. Well, one, Lobby, I just, here's the thing. I know, here's the thing, Lobby. I'm going to take my drink and I'm going to sit there and answer that question. One, no one gets spared the rod. Two, I understand that Lois is Smith, they're trying to calm down the situation. My whole thing is, I mean, I feel like, okay, well, most people are rich. I'm not going to sit there and say everyone's rich. Um, my whole thing is, Lois, Maxie needs to get this out because Natalia literally was out of pocket. And what she said was damn near 100% true, except for firing the Blaze part. It's exactly. Exactly, Jess. I'm just not there like, Maxie, here's the thing. Maxie's handling business. Lois, they didn't ask me for your opinion. Okay? I understand that you want to sit there and try to calm the situation, cool the situation down. But, like, did you not hear the recording that everyone else heard? And that's the first thing that you sit there and say, um, what about Brady and Sophia, Ron? You just said, how about Brady and Sophia? Sophia, what about Brady and Sophia, Ron? You hate for Lois and Sean. Actually, no, it's not Lord B. I don't hate Lois as much as other people do. I just felt like her comments wasn't necessary. You know, not here's the thing, Lord B. Maxie had the situation under control. Maxie was sitting there telling her like it was. Maxie was like, yo, listen, y'all either need to sit there and get on board with this program or y'all need to kick rocks. Everything that she said was correct about deception being gay friendly and everything like that. There was nothing that she said was wrong. My point is, Laura B, Lois Lois' comments wasn't necessary. That's my thing, Laura B. Her comments wasn't necessary. Okay, because what Natalia said was very hurtful. That's the truth of the matter. Um, that's why I said her comments wasn't necessary. She didn't need to sit there and inject herself into a situation that Maxie had under control. That's how I look at it. So yeah, I can sit there and come across as being harsh and everything, but like it's true. Lois, your voice wasn't needed in this. Okay? You didn't sit there and see Scotty saying that much because his voice wasn't needed. Because he knew that Maxie had it under control. Exactly, Janet. He had it under control. She had it under control. Lois' voice is not needed in that. Janet says B&B was excellent and so was GH. That's my thing, Janet. So like I know Jesse, yeah, she was just annoying as Lucy. Exactly. Exactly, Jess. I'm like, Maxie handled this. Maxie had this. They didn't need Lucy to sit there and say anything. Your fan says, I don't care what gay people do, just don't hit on me and we're good. Hey, well, I'm just gonna off that. Um Janice says, who do you think guess who's your guess for a time? You know what? Here's the thing, Janice. Somebody came up with a good point. They said it could have been um Lee. They said it could have been Lee and Jack to hide Finn's involvement because they think that Finn is Luna's dad. So they're like they're like maybe Jack and Lee had something to do with it to keep Finn from knowing the truth that he is Luna's father. So I think it's between Jack and Lee. Just said Blaze is a D-list celebrity at best. Why would anyone? Yeah, Jen, it's something that was floating around. And I was like, that's actually pretty good. Somebody actually said in my review, I was like, that's actually pretty good. But I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, Lord B. I don't necessarily give out hate. I don't give out hate. Um, I give out constructive criticism. I don't give out hate. I give out constructive criticism. Just as in why would they ask Christina to stand down? Like that makes no sense. They're dragging this. No, says Serena Scott Thomas's sister with Kristen Scott Thomas. Now, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now, Lobby says yes, but how is it finished? Lee did the test. No one left the room. Exactly. Lee did the test. Lee did the test. So, like I said, maybe Lee and Jack had something to do with Tom's death. Because Lee could have been like, you know what? Luna is Finn's daughter. And I don't want that to get out in public. So let me take care of the problem now. Since she did do the test, she can always sit there and fake it where it's Bill's child. Just as, and I don't get what Ava accomplished from this, the storyline. I don't understand why she decided to um, release a tape. What was the point of that? Tyrone says, what if Ava put out the story with the editor in chief at the Invader because she was butthurt over Sonny kicking her out? But how would that affect Sonny, Tyrone? That's my whole thing. How would that affect Sonny? It might, even said that she didn't want Christina to get hurt. Johnson says, simple conclusion to Tom's death would be too obvious, which is that Sheila poisoned Tom because, yeah, exactly. That's what I said, Jonathan. I think Sheila and Poppy didn't do it. And it's actually funny, just on a random topic, since Samuel is actually in the chat. Okay. Huh, you got around a little slut shaming word. Just as Ava basically did it to be a shit starter, is not going to help her in any way. Yeah, I don't understand what was the point of her doing that. Well, then I'm not gonna lie, Tyrone. If that's the case, then that was just stupid. That was just dumb. That was stupid as fuck. There's no other way. There's no other way to sit there and put it. Um, I think last week Sammy was up here, and Sammy was sitting there talking about Carly, and somebody was like, "Oh, I see the Carly hate is real," and I'm like, "That's not hate. That's constructive criticism." I think a lot of times when people think with their emotions and they like a character, the first thing they will sit there and say is, "You're hating on the character." I don't think that that's how that works. I think a lot of times people think with their emotions, they don't understand the difference between constructive criticism and just straight up, I can't stand this person because of X, Y, Z. I hate this person. Hmm. You really think so, Jonathan? You might be right. You might be right. I disagree, but you might be right. I just, and that's the thing, Sammy. I want to sit there and point that out because, even though we were sitting there talking, we were bouncing off ideas and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, Sammy. I was trying not to get annoyed by that, but it kind of irked me a little bit because it shows just how I don't want to sit there and say ignorant, but just how people think with their emotions. Oh, he's hating on Carly. He's hating on Carly. Did you hear a goddamn word that he said? Like, did you hear anything that he said? He literally sat there and gave reasons of why he didn't like X, Y, and Z about Carly. And the only takeaway that you got from that was that he hates Carly. I mean, I like Carly, I do, but I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, you're hating." No, you gave reasons why. That's not. Lord, I'm telling you, Sammy, when you actually have some time and you decide to do some reviews, one, you're going to kill it, and two, you're going to sit there and understand. God damn it. Sammy says, "I don't like Carly, but I do recognize her importance to the show." Exactly. And says, "What do you think about Bobby, Melinda, and Stephanie scenes?" They were okay. Um, what's good, Solomon? They were okay. I didn't think they were that great. I didn't think the episode was that great, to be honest. Um, I think that was kind of the problem. The only thing that was actually funny to watch was them talking about body and soul because it was so meta. It was so meta. I think that was literally my favorite part. Josh says, since now we know that Polina isn't responsible, and now we know that Polina isn't responsible for um Chanel's miscarriage. Well, let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Do you think that that is do you think that's a missed opportunity though? That Paulina wasn't the one that that didn't cause the radiation? Like I felt like they could have got so much story out if Paulina was responsible. Jay Blue said he didn't like Carly. There's a difference from hate. Yeah, well, there is a difference from hate, Jay Blue. But the problem is, people when they like a character, they think with their emotions. So anything that you say negative about a character, they sit there and say that you're hating. They can't compute the difference between constructive criticism as opposed to using it to say, I can't stand you because I don't like your hair and I don't like your smile and I don't like your eyes and I think your eyebrows are crooked and like that's a there's a difference between the two. Now it says I got good news that um Jameson Belushi as April, the technician lab will be on Monday, July 15 on the Summer Mystery, and Jen Belushi's daughter will have Ben and Lee involved. Okay. I guess we'll sit the jury will be out if that's actually good news. So, but that's cool to know, though. Simmons says a lot to actress Laura Ray. She was my beloved Cassie on Guiding Light. Yeah, exactly. No, and that's the thing. Sam, I'm going to be honest, and I know this is probably going to rub some people the wrong way. I think the intelligent people understand that you're not hating. The intelligent people will sit there and get them. It's the people that tend to watch these soap operas. I hate saying this. Think purely with your emotions is going to mistake that for you hating. But I just want to address that. Tyrone says, I cannot like the character. I cannot like the character, but the actors can. Yeah, that's the thing, Tyrone. There's a difference between um, ugh, there's a difference between you being critical of the character and being disrespectful of the actor. You know, Jay Blue, I might have to look up this loving. I have to look up this loving soap opera. Jimmy says I can tell when the writers favor a character over others, and I see that a lot on GH. Now Solomon says, and Poppy sleep with Tom creeps me out. Solomon, do you not like um do you not like the idea of a younger woman being with an older man? Because you know, Solomon, I noticed that with Tucker and Audra. So is that a thing you just don't like younger women with older men? Because it just looks off to you? Johnson says might be an unpopular opinion, but based of recasting Sammy Day should bring back Cassie Brady. She hasn't been seen since 2000. She's also a pretty fiery character. Hmm. They do need some fire in the show. Oh, I don't know if I asked you this, Jonathan, but what did you think of the conversation between Abe and Kate when they were talking about doing a soap opera? They were talking about doing this, producing a soap opera. I actually found that scene kind of hilarious a little bit. I mean, not like in a ha 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 sort of way, but like in a very meta sort of way. Like, oh, I see what you're doing. Like it's almost like breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Sarah says, I don't like how Lee is written on B&B. It's creepy. It creeps Poppy out too much. That's why she killed him. Rachel says, for the record, I like Alan, the therapist, and YNR is actually Martin, the bad twin, pretending to be Alan, the good twin again after killing him. And now, ooh, okay, I like that, Rachel. I like that. I like that theory. Because you know, Rachel, I feel like maybe they want to make Tracy happy, but not too happy. They don't want to make her too happy. Make her happy enough. Not too happy. Ooh, I like that, Jonathan. Let's hope they weren't hinting the fate of Days of Our Lives itself. Well, you know, Jonathan, I'm not gonna lie, I've been that they're kind of worried since they've been losing so many actors. Now, someone said to those in the chat who watches GH, I have a question for you. What is it about the show that keeps you turning in? I have tried time and time again to watch the show, but I can't get into it. Ooh, that's a good question, Chad. What is it about General Hospital that keeps you tuning in? Because Solomon seemed like he can't get into it. So what is it about General Hospital that keeps y'all tuned in? That keeps y'all coming back for more episodes? Okay. Valerie says, Solomon, I've been watching since Luke and Laura days. Can't seem to break the habit, good or bad. Okay. So it's not a habit. I don't know if that's such a ringing endorsement, but I'll take it. Yeah. So, God damn it. As do you think Steve Deal is going to go through? Or do you think he's serving time? He can serve a little time just to get the actor off canvas to sit there and take a little vacay. But I don't think he's not gonna have him away for that long. I, I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on, Valerie. Let's keep it real. Johnson says what keeps me tuning into GH may not be what others may tune in for. Okay. Well, what is it, Jonathan? Each person has their own unique reasons to why, and I want to know yours. Very, very curious. Because here's the thing. I want to ask that question because I got a follow up question. So I want to sit there and see for the GH fans. Um, Now, Crystal says, "How you doing tonight?" Crystal says, "Trina," and Johnson says, "Any story with Sunny and Jason." Okay, let's keep it real. Exactly. Let's keep it real. Okay. Thomas says, "Not necessarily. I'm going to have a problem with seeing a good older man with a younger woman, but Tucker was just using Audra for hokey pokey, and I just don't see Poppy with Tom. I think Tom is unattractive." Okay, that's fair. Oh, the good old hokey pokey. Jay Blue says, "I've been watching GH on and off since the '80s. Now I watch to have something watch and comment with my mom." Okay. Tyrone says, "For me, is that GH feels like home or that's I am in the story. Surprise return." Okay. Well, exactly now. It was funny when it was funny for me when A was watching Body and Soul that Nurse Whitney put on. It was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was funny. It was funny. I agree. Someone says if it was up to me, I would have canceled GH and kept one like 11. Yeah, that seems about your speed. That that seems like something you would sit there and say, but I understand your reasons why, so I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna knock it. Now, Samuel said, but if Poppy was a gold digger, it would make sense why she slept with Tom. Ed says, do you think Sunny's still gonna sleep with Natalia, but the twist would be in Seeker so Christina can go off from Sunny? I'm not gonna lie, Ed. If he sleeps with Natalia after knowing what she said and how it hurt, how it hurt his daughter, that'd be some trash ass shit. But then I have to sit there and be like, but he's not fully under his medication, so I guess I got to give him somewhat of a pass. I think that's what probably happened. Ed. He's not going to be fully on his medication, and so he's going to want to sleep with Natalia, and I'm going to be the person that chat being like, but Chad, he wasn't fully on his medication though. Valerie says for some reason I never tried to get into the other network shows from ABC. DC Soap Sanctuary, aka Mr. A Train himself, is in the chat. Yeah, Janet, he will. But Chad, he's he's not fully on his medication though. DC says days have been good these past few episodes. Is given Lambview Pine Valley. Johnson says support every. Yeah, I agree with that. Support every soul we got left. Like, goddamn, I agree with that, Johnson. I don't even have anything to say about that. I agree with it. Now DC's, God damn it. Now DC says, I'm only supporting the soap if it's good. And if it's not good, then DC wants it to be canceled. Ain't that right, DC? Ain't that right? If it's not good, then he wants it to be canceled. That's the part he left out. Come on, DC. Don't be shy. Hmm. DC says that reminds me when people say support all black business owners. I'm only supporting that business if it's good. I agree with that. I agree with that. DC says not canceled as Albert Star. He gets good daytime soap operas canceled. I do, but is that not what you said, DC? Did you not say that? Did you not sit there and say that Bold and Beautiful should be canceled? Tell me I do. Tell me they're going to get back together because Chelsea and Adam are going to sit there and hook up. And Billy's going to be like, nah, F that. He's going to be out. Tyrone says Sonny when DC says it should be canceled, but lately the storylines have been a little balanced. Oh, okay. I just want to hear you confirm that. Jonathan, what do you think about DC's comment? What do you think about DC's comment? Tyrone says Sonny will sooner or later ask Nelly to help him get info on how his medication was tampered with. If he did it, at first he would think it was it because of his history of Morgan, and then find out it was Valentine after seeing him with women. Oh, Tyrone, I think that story, if that story happens, it's going to be in August. It's going to be late August. That happens, it's going to be late August, and yeah, it's going to be late August. If that happens. When that happens. I don't know how that's going to happen, but when that happens. Yeah, Jonathan, if you're still in the chat, let me know what you thought of DC Self Sanctuary's comment. That's just what I'm guessing, Tyrone. It's just speedy shows. Oh, there we go. Johnson says soaps with bad stories can be improved. They don't need to get the axe. You hear that, DC? They don't need to get the axe. They don't need to be canceled. God damn it, DC. God damn it. Someone says Adam and Chelsea need to get back together. And Billy needs to get back to Phyllis. Billy and Lily are gone city. It didn't work the first time Sally could leave town for why care. She is the worst. Ooh, the worst. Ah, and Samuel agrees. B&B can be canceled. Okay. Thank you, Quiet Guy. Get those goddamn likes up. If you're enjoying the stream, help me out by hitting the like button because that actually does help. It really does. And I feel like I gotta sit there. Quiet Guy, I feel like I gotta sit there and cheat and actually hit the like button on my own video. I feel like DC says maybe if the souls got threatened with the axe, the storylines would improve. The last soul are the only ones for the network, so they don't shape up. Tyrone says Mauricia cancellation was needed. That was sad. Wait, why was it needed? Tyrone, why was it needed? Hell, GH almost got canceled back in the day, but shaped up quick. Oh, that's interesting, DC. I'll sit there and say that. That's interesting. I also think that's main character syndrome, but whatever. Johnson says the real life lives characters moving to GH is what got me into the show. Hmm. Tyrone says Matt Frank made Frank out to be a bad guy. No, Tyrone, I was sitting there wondering what. Let me take a drink and I'm gonna sit there and answer that question. Now DC says, what's main character syndrome? Well, in your case, you're basically just saying, because I don't like this show, it needs to be canceled. Regardless of how many other people may actually like the show that tune into the show every day, because you don't like it, it needs to be canceled. Like that's just not how that works. As much as important as I think I am, as awesome and charming as I think I am, I don't think a show needs to be canceled just because I say so and I have, bad feelings about the show. That's just called main character syndrome. I get that, DC, but I feel like I feel like it's for me it's an out of pocket comment. It's an out of pocket comment to say that I feel like a show needs to be canceled. So people need to lose their jobs, and other people need to not be able to watch it that likes the show because you think it needs to be canceled. Seems kind of like a main character syndrome to me. That's my opinion, DC, because you asked. Just my opinion. As says, soap operas just need better writing and a bigger budget again. I mean, yeah, DC says not out of pocket. I don't even have any pockets on my pants currently. Have a night, J Blue. DC, I was going to say something and I realized it's not appropriate. DC says the thing is, if the writing is not good, it shouldn't be on the air. But what about the other people that like the writing, though, DC? Okay, you may think that the writing's bad, and you can just simply stop watching, and that's fine, DC. If you think the writing is bad, you can stop watching. But I don't think a show should be canceled just because you don't like the writing. If other people like the writing, it shouldn't be canceled just based off of your opinion. I think I'm awesome, but I don't think that I should just be able to snap my fingers and show should get canceled and people should lose their jobs because I don't like something. It's not how that works. DC says who in here is Tyrone says library show should be canceled, but if it were writing from Moesha would have stayed on for another season. Okay, so Samuel is another person they're basically saying that the show should be canceled because he doesn't like it for X amount of reasons. Okay, that's your opinion. Um, Other people like the show, and I think that's pretty much what I'm trying to say, DC. Is that I get it if you don't like a show, like it's fine, and I feel like I'm parroting um, James, but I don't know. Like I said, I always find it just to be kind of an out of pocket thing for somebody like I want the show to be canceled. I'm like, okay, you can just simply stop watching. How about you just stop watching? How about you not make it? How much you not make everything revolve around you? Thank you, Tyrone. Really, just that simple, Tyrone. That's why I'm saying main character syndrome. Oh, DC, don't forget I got Passions canceled also. That's true, DC, but I also got Passions canceled too. Okay, I got power like that. Samuel says I'm just talking ish tonight. No, I know, Sam. I'm just messing with you, my guy. I'm just messing with you, my guy. DC says, "Yep, you got two great shows canceled." Exactly, DC. I got power like that. It is what it is. You got the Thanos snap. You just Justin says if you don't like a show, just stop watching. It's really just that simple. But see, Jonathan is I got Jonathan knows. DC says, well, if anything, Albert, you should stop watching B&B's. Yeah, so but I watched B&B today, and I was like, when did Thomas come back? Oh wow, DC, you missed some of that stuff. Now, Blackmon says, Who got Sunset Beach canceled? Well, I know Jonathan got Port Charles canceled. Now, Simon says the Parkers was funnier than Moesha. I love that hot ghetto mess. Damn, I never saw the Parkers. I saw Moesha though. I was a huge Brandy fan. My girl Liz is in the chat. What's good, love? And Darby says, what show was on the air the longest, Moesha or the Parkers? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Moesha was actually longer. DC says B&B is like that wife you've been married to for 40 years, but y'all sleep in separate bedrooms to not raise questions to the kids. God damn. Just heading to my appointment. Okay. You know, and that's the thing, Alyssa. I keep forgetting that it's a different time zone for you. But every time I get to see you, I get to smile. Every time I see you, I smile. So, listen, if any one of y'all go to Kyrie's live stream, apologize for me because I am actually kind of taking up his time slot. That's right, Alyssa. You know you're my girl. You know that. Yeah, Alyssa, we got a history now. We used to go back and forth in the chat all the time. But my girl, though. Timmy says, I don't want GH canceled. I'm just trolling. Yeah, no, I know that. But you know, honestly, tell you, Sammy, I'm just in this thing. Like, if you did actually have valid reasons, yes, I would sit there and see you have main character syndrome, but I would respect your opinion, though. Thomas says, I think I could see the gates becoming a second. Based off of what? Alyssa, Days of Days is coming 2024 in November. Yes, that I'm actually looking forward towards that. That'd be really cool to sit there and well, first to go fly out there, and the second to actually go and do it. So yeah, I look forward to seeing that they're trying to plan this trip and everything. See how much it costs and everything like that, and go out there. That'd be cool. Tommy says Young and Restless need more driving stories. I'm assuming you're saying. Johnson says I regret getting poor trust. You know, it's funny, Jonathan. I don't know if I actually said that. I might actually said that in the chat, but yeah, I'm not exactly happy with you because I actually really like Port Charles. Port Charles actually got me in a general hospital. You had what was it? Oh yeah, Lucy was taken seriously. You had Jamal. Um, I don't remember the rest of the characters. Darby says you're right about Moesha being on longer. I felt like it was on longer. I felt like Darby. I felt like the Parkers kind of got the short end of the stick. Um, and maybe what you call was more. Yeah, no. Well, Jonathan, I remember. Everyone remembers Kayla. Okay, you had Livy Locke. Um, you had Allison. You had God damn it. So many other people. Timber says it was funny and how goofy the professor was Professor was made me laugh. Yeah, I felt like it was Samuel. Samuel, I mean, Simon says it's like they it's likely that a lot of people will watch the show based on the buzz it gathered in the past. That's true. Just hope they can actually keep that going on now. Hey, you had I don't remember the other people. Oh, you had Rafe. You had Rafe. Who was the other people actually? Johnson says Killer Maury, he is a dark. He's dark, he's dangerous, he wants to suck you. No, but Jonathan, who was the other people though? You had Karen. Um, I need you to remember the other people, Jonathan. She says, Albert, did you consider your main character syndrome when you got Wood left canceled? You still have not paid for that crime. Ooh, DC is not letting up on that. I love it. I appreciate that. Thank you, Quiet Guy. That's my guy. Listen, Tyrese is my guy. He's always been my guy. Simon, what's the other show now? It wasn't Girlfriends. Queen Latifah. It was Queen Latifah and like three other women. Yeah, DC. Yeah, they're Oh, there we go. DC says there was also Ian and Eve on Ian and okay, yeah, I remember Ian. He plays Rich. Somebody says, "Who do you hate at the Young and Restless?" Hate is a strong word. I would sit there and say I dislike Elena. I dislike Elena Dawson. Uh, I dislike Chloe. I dislike Summer. I dislike Phyllis. Oh, I actually kind of dislike a lot of people now. Yes, exactly. There's Jamal and there's Allison. Um, there's Living Locke, and I think that's actually about it. And then there was those angel checks. And who was the other guy? He was dating Karen. He was a younger guy. Simmons says, "I appreciate that, Albert. I just want soap to have a consistency of being good more often." No, Sam, no. I think a lot of I want that too. I honestly tell you, the truth, Sammy, I think we all want that. Oh, thank you. Yes, Solomon. Living Singles. That was that show. That show that was on Fox in the 90s. I like that show. Oh, Living Singles, Solomon. I used to love that show. I forgot which woman I actually really liked on there. I think I have an idea, but I don't remember her name now, so I'm not gonna sit there and bother to say it. Tommy says Lily, Chloe, Audra, and Devon. Oh, that's who you don't like? Matt, who was in the Now Krista says Matt, who was in the wheelchair. My dad did not sit there and tell me to go to bed. I did sit there and say I was going to call him up. Oh, you're in the bed. All right, Dad, I love you. Go to bed. Good night. I'm not normally that nice, so let's not sit there and try to act like I'm normally that nice. I don't remember Matt. Matt who was in the wheelchair. What show are we talking about? DC said, "Did you love One Like to Live? You didn't, or else you would have kept it on." God damn, I actually really did like One Like to Live. I just, I'll tell that story in the members only. Quiet guy says Kim Field. Yeah, it was Kim Field. I love it, Darby. I love it. I love how you actually said Albert loves his. Well, Darby, I mean, the point was I was gonna sit there and tell him to go to sleep, because I want him to get 8 hours of sleep. He's always sitting there fighting me on it, and I didn't actually expect to be that nice. So that was kind of a slip up. Darby says hashtag good son. Yeah, I'm not normally that nice, so don't think I'm actually going to be normally that nice, though, Darby. I told you I'm a dick. Someone says Josh Griffin needs to go now, or at least get him demoted and let someone else be head writer. I'm actually kind of liking Josh Griffin stuff, so for the most part. Melissa Like Love was good until 2010, 2011. In 2012, when the show got canceled. I think I started watching More Like to Live 1998. I watched it during the train wreck. Will Rappaport, Christian Vega, and I mean, Darby. Every now and then I could be nice, but I'm still a dick. Well, Darby, actually, you said it best. I have no, I don't have a heart, or what did you say, Darby? I'm not as trustworthy as DC. So let's say I start watching in 2003. I'm not gonna lie, listen, why Clip was actually good. Dog, I started watching Will Like to Live and AMC in the 1970s. Wow, old school. You know what, Tyrone, I'm gonna have to look up Kim. I want to make sure that I'm talking about the right woman. Krista says portrait. I don't remember a guy named Matt in a wheelchair. I'm not saying he wasn't. I just maybe I caught it late or something like that. Tommy said, "Who will you marry, Summer or Chloe?" God damn, that just seems like a terrible choice and a god awful choice. Ooh, I gotta think about that. Darby says, "I said you're in a cold blooded and no emotions." Ooh, Darby, I think that might have been the nicest thing that you said to me. Thank you, Darby. I appreciate you. Ken Fields. Okay, just go for it. Oh, that's it. Yes, Ken Field. Thank you. Ken Field. Yeah, there we go. That's what I liked. Yeah, I was about to sit there and say, listen, that's like a hard, that's like an awful choice and a god awful choice. Summer or Chloe? Oh, all right, Alyssa, you heard the man. You got to pick one. I'll tell you what, Alyssa, you pick one and I'll pick one. How about that? We can pick some god awful choices together. Someone says Camp Beyond Corner people back in the day. Camp, so she does. Oh, Tommy, I'm gonna pick. I'm just gonna pick. I'm just gonna pick out there. Alyssa. I'm gonna pick out Alyssa and maybe Summer, but they're both mad. I gotta pick Chloe. I gotta pick. And that's the thing, Alyssa. As trash as both of them are, Summer has this very bratty and entitled attitude, and Chloe has a trash, bitchy attitude. But I can I can work with that. I can work with that. I can't work with the whiny bratty version. I can work with. Krista says he was a doctor, and yes, yeah, Tyrone. I heard of them before. I watch them from time to time, though, Tyrone. Dolometics was good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Liz. That was a tough choice, but yeah, they are using classic music cues on why not. Tommy says, "Do you think Jack can be ruthless?" Tommy, I think old school Jack can be ruthless. I don't know about this new version. I don't know about this new version of Jack. Old school Jack can be ruthless. This Mr. Rogers version, I don't know. Oh, it's all good, Dolometics. When you are here, you are on time, and I still have a little bit left in my cup. Hmm. Tommy said, "I will marry Phyllis any day of the goddamn week." Oof, strong words. That's the problem, Darby. I haven't watched the other three. I haven't watched the other three Mission on Beverly Hills Cop movies. Well, what did you think of minus one, though, Darby? What did you think of Godzilla minus one? I meant to ask you about that. What did you think of minus one? Oh, of course, Telemedics. Have a night, DC. No, Telemedics. I had Hell Day this week, and that shit was not fun. Oh, you didn't see? Okay, you didn't see. Okay, I thought you were gonna watch it that week when you told me about it. Okay, well, if you ever do watch it, let me know. I wanted to talk to you about it, Darby, but you didn't watch it yet, though. So when you watch it, let me know. Summer and wow, okay. Solomon, I respect your opinion. Darby said that was so too good. Yeah, no, like I said, Darby, whenever you get a chance to watch it, because I saw it that day that you recommended it, and I wanted to talk to you about it like right then and there, but Gomez says was she's good so far. The promo made it seem like the time was at Thanos level. She wasn't Thanos level, but it was like she she got exposed for being homo. She got exposed for being prejudiced. That's the thing, though. Like she got exposed for being prejudiced towards LGBT people, and it was actually pretty crazy. Tommy says, "Do you think Jack can beat Victor?" Nope. I don't know why. I don't have faith in Jack that he can actually beat Victor. Okay? Like I said, maybe old school Jack might have played a little more underhanded. But this Mr. Rogers version, nah. Now Ed says, "Yeah, no, Solomon, I agree. Abby can't get it too." I agree with that, Solomon. Abby can get it too. Exactly, Tyrell. Won't you be my effing neighbor? Be my effing neighbor. Ed says, "I would like to see some crossovers on shows like in a special year, in a special once a year." Someone says, "Summer fighting for Harrison is funny because when Kyle tells her she's not his biological mother, she's gonna get hurt." Darby says, "Procrastination is my number one flaw, but now the new King Kong movie will be out soon." Okay, Darby, when you watch that, let me know what you think of it because I saw that movie too. So we can talk about that. I really want you to watch Minus One. Watch both. Whatever movie you watch, let me know so we can talk about it. Domex says, "I can't get with a bunch of people who never acknowledge their LGBT friends and relatives suddenly clutching their pearls. You want me to care? Let's find Lucas." Papa Doc says, "I wouldn't fire Blaze. I wouldn't want to, but she's attached to Natalia. Natalia is toxic." Yeah, listen, I guess I get that because you've been watching it for a while, so like you've seen the Jack versus Victor feud. I'm new school. I'm kind of a baby to this whole YNR Jack versus Victor feud. So I guess for me, like it's new and kind of exciting. But I can see how y'all just like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. I wouldn't want to fire Blaze, but as says Godzilla Minus One was really good. I like Godzilla being the destructive monster that this friendly version they make him these days. Hmm. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Well, listen, I have some theories about that. I have some theories about that. Oof. I don't think it's, I don't think it's not possible. I just think it's, she dug herself a grave. I'll tell you that much. Nobody says, "How long did Victor really think anyone would not figure out that he owns Glasad?" Um, I think, well, I mean, unless tomorrow proves something different, I think we can actually do it for a while now. Yeah, I don't think that she's Thanos level, but I do think that it's like DC said. I think that she's necessary um, because she does show how ugly the world can be. She shows that there's people that can sit there and be nasty because of whatever shit that they got going on towards LGBT members. And not everything is sweet. And like Samuel says, not a gray, not a not a character that's going to be in the gray. Natalia's not going to be a character that's going to be in the gray unless she just, I don't know, sees the light and be like, "Oh my God, you know what? The LGBT people are people just like me, and I can respect them and whatever." But I don't know if she should actually have that awakening. Real life people don't always have that awakening. Tommy says Kyle needs to take several seats. Yeah, he needs to sit there. You know what? I should tell you, the truth, you need to be fired. I mean, that's true, Tyrone. But will Blaze have the spine, the backbone to sit there and fire her mom Dukes? Because if not, they can both go. Blaze has been a headache because of Natalia from day one. Why the deception sit there and deal with them from jump is beyond me. Because the first time I would have been sitting there dealing with Ty, I'd be like, you know what? Nah, you can go. We'll find another singer. Don't worry, I don't think that you're Beyonce level. We'll find somebody else. I'm not dealing with your ass. Domex says, let's not forget that Alexis wasn't super supportive when Christina came out. She wasn't, but was she as but Domex, was she as prejudiced towards the LGBT community like Natalia was? Sammy says, well, if it was established that Jack was a spoiled rich kid while Victor had to work for his riches and came from nothing. That's true. Salma says, does Kyle have home training? Why is he treating his mom so bad, throwing hissy fits and making deals with Victor? Because he's Judas, that's why. I'm just saying, Dolomatics, like, well, which part? Because I kind of said a lot. I'm also a little tipsy. But I appreciate that compliment. Thank you, Dolomatics. Tyrone says Alexis couldn't get it at first when Julian didn't know how to take Lucas coming out. Mm. Domex says that Alexis not being over. Yeah, exactly, Domex. And that's the thing. I'm going to sit there and say this, and I know it's going to be playing devil's advocate. Just as Natalia doesn't bother me as much as she does other people. I just, like, Julian and Alexis, I had a point, and I just totally forgot what it was. But I think if you're not comfortable with an LGBT lifestyle, it's fine. You can agree to disagree. I think it's how you handle it. With Natalia, she was very nasty. She was very rude. She made a lot of assumptions, and it just she was very insulting. And I think that's the problem with Natalia, you know. And this is the reason why Samuel and I agreed that she came across as prejudiced. Agree to disagree. It's like, hey, listen, if you don't like somebody's lifestyle, that's fine. As long as you're not rude, nasty, or anything like that, it is what it is. When you get to Natalia's level, I think that's where there's a problem. Because Natalia was very nasty with her comments. She made a lot of assumptions and it was very insulting. Now, as says, Natalia can say the way she is, and every character don't need a redemption arc. The characters get on my nerves, but we need characters like that to show the reality of yes, exactly. And it's funny. I actually said the same thing. Oh goddamn it! Yes, there's going to be people that's prejudiced. of LGBT. There's going to be people that are racist. You know, in a perfect world, those people wouldn't exist, but it's not a perfect world. Now, now Johnson says it didn't take long for the editor to flip on Ava. Exact. Well, yeah. After she threatened him with that lawsuit, it was pretty. It's pretty much a wrap. Um, Domek says Natalia's annoying, but that's kind of the point. On GH, you have characters that are supposed to be LGBT friendly, but don't really interact with the LGBT people. Um, like I said, my comment on Terry still stands. Like I didn't saw that chick once until towards the end. I'm like, what is going on? And of course, some idiot was all like, but they got Christina and Blaze on there. Isn't that enough? Fucking kidding me? Now, Solomon says at this point, Diane has every right to bend Kyle over and give him a spanking with a nice, strong belt. He ain't too old. The spoiled rich kid needs to be put in his place. I agree with that. His ass definitely need to be fired, Solomon. The problem with the scene like that is that people think with their emotions, and it's all, I can't stand Diane. Diane is not there showing her true colors. So let me get this straight. You people have so much of a hard on for Diane that you're not sitting there looking at the rich, entitled prick of a kid that is acting like a spoiled, entitled brat because you're so mad at evil Diane. I'm like, hmm. I know says we don't need Terry, Brad, Felix, or Lucas. Lucas is even supposed to be a legacy character. But we don't see, yeah, we don't. Oh, that ain't good. Tommy says I will pick Abby. You mean um well I know Abby, right? Thomas says I wouldn't mind having an entire being outward prejudice against gay people and it's just be what it is. People don't stop being homophobic because somebody knows about it. Okay, like that. Abby says it's shocking to find out that your child is gay and you're allowed to be, but you have to be respectful to your child and support when they need you. Just ask them to be careful. Oh, yes, exactly, and I agree with that. I agree with that, Darby. Wow, I definitely stayed on longer than I planned on it. So I'm gonna sit there and end the live stream and probably take my ass to bed because I had a long day. But I do want to sit there and thank every single one of y'all for making the end of my day, the end of my long and somewhat shitty day longer, more better than what it was. Somewhat kind of shitty. Better than what it was. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night, Tommy. Have a good night, Ed. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Tommy. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a good night, Tyrone. Thank you for coming through tonight. It was really good to see you. Have a good night, Apadoc. Have a good night, Crystal. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Yes, have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Samuel. Thank you for joining once again. It was always awesome to see you. Johnson says, tune in next time for another edition of Soul Chop Without Bostic. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, Jonathan, always. Have a good night, Quiet Guy. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Um, exactly. And Johnson says, good night, everyone. And hit that like button. Hit that like button. Because it really does actually help. Seriously, it does. Um, Exactly, like, yep, loosely called Tata, yes. And cherry ice cream. Anyone that I didn't get at the bank, um, automatics. And if I didn't get you, you know exactly who you are. Oh, have a night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Okay, and if I didn't get you, you know exactly who you are. And I look forward to seeing you in the next collection. Leaders.